Um, Indonesia has said it's going to be halting all cooperation with Australia on people smuggling as a temporary measure in response to the phone tapping revelations in documents published by Guardian Australia and the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. My colleague Oliver Laughland is in Jakarta. What's the media and public reaction been like there, Ollie?
Well, it's been pretty interesting. The media, both English language and Bahasa, has been absolutely dominated by this story for the past couple of days now. It doesn't look like it's likely to go away. Obviously, the President made an address earlier today, so I suspect that will very much dominate the headlines tomorrow as well. I was out and about downtown in Jakarta yesterday and spoke to a number of people who all seemed to know about it, all seemed to be equally outraged. I also went down to the Australian embassy earlier on today. There were a few police people outside. There were some security forces as well, I think, employed by the Australians, waiting around outside, and they had coils of barbed wire at the ready. No protests as of yet, or when I went down anyway. I've heard a few things filtering in of some people burning Australian flags outside of the capital. But at the moment, it's all sort of relatively low key, I think, in terms of any protests. The president, as well as talking about reviewing these people smuggling cooperation deals that they have with Australia, also called for calm, and that's really been quite a lot of the way in which a lot of Indonesian politicians have conducted themselves when talking about these things. There's a real yearning for clarity still, and despite the fervent words that are coming out of the presidential palace, there's also a call for calm as well.
Tony Abbott, the new Australian Prime Minister, made a great play during the election campaign of a promise to stop the boats, to stop asylum seekers coming in by water. If he was really to do that, he would need Indonesia's cooperation, and they're saying that they're going to be halting that, at least temporarily. How damaging is this for Abbott domestically?
I mean, it's hugely damaging. As you say, the sort of pre-election pledge that the coalition came in on was to stop the boats, and they made it very, very clear as they came into government, this could not be done without the cooperation of the Indonesian authorities. They introduced quite a hard-line policy on asylum under the guise of Operation Sovereign Borders, which is their military-led strategy to stop the boats. That's Abbott's catchphrase and has been for a number of years. But since they've come into power, there's been a lot of criticism that a number of these policies, which include things like buying up Indonesian fishing boats and offering Indonesian villagers money in exchange for information on people smugglers, simply can't be done without the cooperation of Indonesia. And I often go down to these press conferences where the immigration minister talks a lot about how they're getting the cooperation they need from Indonesia. Well, that's been completely taken off the cards at the moment, at least until this is resolved. So in terms of how it's going to play domestically for Tony Abbott, I mean, it's serious stuff.
Oliver Laughland, thank you very much.
Thanks, Paul.